The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Week 1 of Jets training camp is in the books. The pads come on for the first time tomorrow. What stood out during week 1 of Jets camp? We'll talk to Matt O'Leary, who was there yesterday, and break down the latest. It's the Jake Asman Show, live on a Sunday. Let's hit it and get it started.
Man, AG's first training camp with the New York Jets is underway.
We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quentin Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go. Here on a Sunday, week 1 of Jets training camp is in the books. Tomorrow on the show, we will do the Asmaniac raffle on our first show in the morning. Your chance to win a Joe Namath signed helmet and a Justin Fields signed helmet. If you want extra opportunities to win either prize, join my Patreon. If you sign up for the year, you get 10 raffle tickets automatically applied. And if you're watching live, how about this for a giveaway at the end of this stream? Signed Sauce Gardner jersey, baby. So if you join the Patreon during the show for the year, you'll get 10 raffle tickets for the signed Sauce jersey I will give away at the end of the stream you're watching live right now. With that said, let's say hello to a man who made the trip all the way out to One Jets Drive yesterday, and that's no small feat coming from Long Island. The great Matt O'Leary joins us now. Matt, can you share with the audience what you told me off air on just how long it took you to get home yesterday on a damn weekend from One Jets Drive back to Long Island where you live?
Yeah, it was about 2.5 hours back home. So every year, I love going to training camp. I really do. And then I leave and drive home, and I say to myself, I'm never doing this again. And then someone's like, hey, you want to go on this date? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And then the process just starts over again. So the travel, not as much fun, but when you actually get there and watch, it's something that I very much so enjoy.
Hey, speaking of training camp, next Saturday, the Jets have their green and white scrimmage. We do still have some spots available for our free Asmaniac meetup at the Cloverleaf Tavern. Chef Kevin's restaurant, baby. It's going to be a great time. I'll do the show from there that day. All the info's in the description. Click the link in RSVP. Free food, free drinks, giveaways, and a whole lot more. Come to the Cloverleaf Tavern. That's right. Next Saturday, 2 to 4:30. All the info again in the description. So, Matt, let's start with just yesterday's practice, and then we can talk about some of the big things that stood out overall from the first week of camp. You're there yesterday. What caught your attention? What stood out?
Yeah, to me, I think the player on offense that stood out the most, outside of Garrett Wilson, like, Garrett's just going to be Garrett, but I was really impressed with Braylon Allen. I thought he had the best day of all the running backs, and it's hard to see without pads, like some, real hardcore analysis, but he just hits the hole with such, explosiveness. He's not really indecisive in the backfield. It's like he picks his lane and he's getting you at least 5 yards. That was the vibe yesterday. And then he got himself wide open on a check down from, I believe it was Tyrod Taylor who checked it down to him. And it turned into a touchdown. No one was within a country mile of him on the right sideline. And he just, he used his speed, went up the sideline and scored a touchdown. But Breece had a fumble yesterday, and just nothing really stood out as like a net positive from him. So offensively, man, it was Braylon Allen, and then a couple of surprise receivers who were catching more passes than I guess I anticipated. Arian Smith and Xavier Gibson, I thought both had good days as well.
Interesting. Now, when it comes to the running attack, I think Braylon Allen's going to play a real factor in things. From what you saw yesterday and just the reports the first week, do you think it's going to be truly a lot closer to like a split carry system with Breece and Braylon than maybe even some realize?
Yeah, it very well could be possible. And I know it's not, some hot take to go to the Detroit Lions and compare what the Jets have in the running back room to what the Lions have with, Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. I don't think it's a big secret that the Jets would like to turn Braylon Allen into their version of David Montgomery. But, with Allen, I thought even last year and then so far in training camp, he's caught the ball better than I would have anticipated. That's not really something Wisconsin asked him to do at all. He didn't have very many receptions there. So I think that we're going to see a lot of both of those guys. And you're right. Maybe it's closer to an even split than we might anticipate. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see different formations where both are on the field. I would, if it was me personally, I would have Breece lined up as a wide receiver and Braylon Allen next to Justin Fields in the shotgun. And those are three guys who can run with the ball. They could also pass out of that formation. I think it'll be really interesting to see how they leverage their strong running back room and a quarterback who can run with the ball and create a, creative offense. Speaking
of quarterbacks, Tyrod, of course, got all the first team reps in the team periods, but Justin Fields did participate in 7-on-7s. The reports were he looked good. What did you see from Fields in limited action yesterday?
Yeah, he was perfect. I believe it was 8 for 8. Now, it's a little bit different, right? It's not like you're really facing rushers. There's no offensive line. It's kind of set up for success on the offense, but the quarterback still got to give a good ball in coverage and find the open guy. And I thought he did that. He had a nice pass down the field to, I believe it was Tyler Johnson for maybe like 20 yards or so. And that's really the biggest thing for me with Justin Fields, that we know that he's a runner. We want to see how he's progressing as a passer. And if that's an element to his game that he can improve on, I just think that raises the Jets' ceiling. If they have a quarterback who can maybe stretch the field a little bit more. I think last year I was surprised in a negative way on how the Jets didn't really stretch the field at all. With Aaron Rodgers, it was a lot of underneath stuff. And if you have a quarterback who's, a dynamic rusher, in order to back the defense off, I think you need to be able to push the ball down the field a little bit. So him showing signs of that is good.
Josh Reynolds yesterday, Matt, it doesn't feel like the wide receiver 2 competition is even a competition at this point. It feels like he's cemented himself as the number 2 receiver in this offense. He had 3 catches yesterday from Tyrod Taylor, including a really nice one that the Jets themselves posted that I'd love to share with the audience, but the NFL will copyright this channel for whatever reason, which makes no sense, but don't get me started on that. But as far as Reynolds, what did you see from him and that connection he had with Tyrod?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. I think he's cemented in as the wide receiver 2. It's not even close to a competition. That's, something that I've been saying for a little bit now, ever since that they added him. I really thought with, his familiarity in the offense and just him being a veteran receiver that you trust a little bit more than the rest of these guys in the wide receiver room, that it made sense. Something that I thought personally was that maybe Mason Taylor would be like 3rd on the team in receiving behind Breece and Garrett, but we might end up seeing Josh Reynolds being like the 3rd target, which, if he's producing like he has so far in camp, then I think that's a good thing. And he could be a useful number 2 receiver and 3rd target in the passing offense. The only other veteran, I know you didn't ask about it, but Allen Lazard had a drop yesterday, which is just, go figure. Allen Lazard drops a pass, but
can't believe it.
I know we're all shocked here, but I don't really anticipate Lazard pushing Josh Reynolds for wide receiver 2 reps.
If you're watching live right now, we're talking with Matt O'Leary, discussing the first week of Jets training camp. He was out there yesterday, so he's given us the latest from what he saw. A couple things I want to hit on that I also read about from this practice. But first, I want to shout out J-Boy because he's the first Asmaniac to enter our raffle at the end of the show for a signed Sauce Gardner jersey, which I have in my hand right here. So I'll get it sent out to the winner today if you gift memberships and win at the end of the show. J-Boy, this is for you.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
The following 5 listeners are now Asmaniacs, courtesy of J-Boy, Spaceman, Austin, Firster, Scott Seymour, Jack Dooley, Robert Walsh, all receiving a gifted membership there from J-Boy. Matt, I'm very concerned about the kicking situation on this team, but after a tough couple days for the Jets kickers, yesterday I read that the Jets kickers were both really good, both Harrison Mevis, that's the thicker kicker, and Caden Davis. They both rebounded. Davis, 9 of 10. Mevis, 8 for 10. Both were good from 53 yards. Your thoughts on what you saw from the kickers yesterday?
Yeah, they had like two separate sessions, and in the first session, Caden Davis was perfect, and you had Mevis with a missed kick on a 50+ yarder. And I think at the beginning of the day, Davis looked better of the two, but I think Mevis really, rebounded nicely in that second set. He was perfect. And then you had Caden Davis miss one, but I agree. I thought it was a rebound day for those guys, as it's been a rough start. I still don't know if I could declaratively say that the opening week kicker and punter are on this team, but I think both of them, performed better and are trending in the right direction at least. So they just need to stack more days like that. And I think we feel a little bit more comfortable. And I'd also like to see them in a game situation, right? Like kicking in practice is one thing, but when you're under the bright lights, even in a preseason game, it's different. So very interested to see how both those guys look in the 3 games and how they split the reps on kickoffs and field goals and extra points and all that.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to the success or failure of those guys in the preseason. So I totally agree. Now, another thing I wanted to bring up with you, Azie Thomas had an interception off Brady Cook yesterday. Seems like he's getting off to a really good start in training camp. We know Stevens apparently has played well, in addition to, of course, Sauce being there on the other side. What do you make of the secondary right now? We know Cisco's had a couple really good days of practice too. So your thoughts on what you saw from the Jets secondary?
Yeah, really impressed to see Azie Thomas come away with an interception. That's something you love to see. And, Brandon Stevens, there was the viral clip of the Garrett Wilson catch over the top of him. But, I even said it in my video talking about it. It was good coverage. It was really more so just Garrett making a good play. And I thought at times yesterday, even Tyrod, right, who's a veteran, I thought was, holding on to the ball a little bit longer than you would like to see in an offense where you're trying to get the ball out. But the reason for that, I think the coverage has been very good. So, I would give credit to this Jets defense and the secondary for having strong coverage. Brandon Stevens, a lot of questions around him after the year he had and how much the Jets paid him. Azie Thomas, someone you didn't really expect to be there in the 3rd round and has had a strong spring and summer. And I'd even like to add, just talking about defensive backs, I thought Tony Adams had a really good practice. They were doing these individual one-on-one drills, and Tony Adams made 2 really big plays and was, pretty hyped up after, and so was the rest of the defense. He's fighting for a starting spot, and I just figured, it's worthwhile to call him out in a positive for a guy who, was the starter the last 2 years. His job isn't guaranteed, and he's out there fighting and doing really well in individual drills. So you love to see that too.
How cool was it to watch in person the open field tackle simulation that the Jets ran yesterday, Matt?
I loved it. It made you feel a little bit old school football, right? Like growing up, we did Oklahoma drills. Not that I was a great football player. I really wasn't. But, times have changed. It's not really the early 2000s anymore. So they get away from that. But this is about as close as to old school football as you can get. And not that they were tackling, but they were, trying to put themselves in position. The offensive guy was just trying to deke out the defensive guy. And it was really cool to see one-on-one. The drill ended with Sauce Gardner getting Garrett Wilson, and then the whole defense just went absolutely nuts. So you could tell the players loved it. I think Glenn loves it too, from the, kind of gives that old school intensity vibe. So I love it. Hopefully we see more of it coming forward.
Yeah, setting the expectations for the pads coming on beginning tomorrow, which I think is really cool. And Sauce took a lot of pride in getting bigger and stronger this offseason. So I think that's not nothing that he's able to get Garrett Wilson in the open field there as one of the most elusive players in the league with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. And you could tell too, like Sauce is always on the skinnier side, and he still looks skinny. It's not like he's just some big, thick, cornerback now, but you could tell it's a noticeable amount of muscle and weight put on from him. So I'm hoping that helps him in, with his tackling. That was an issue last year for him and this defense as a whole too, not just Sauce Gardner, but that's an area of his game that he needs to improve.
Sauce Gardner signed jersey. I have it right here. We'll give that away at the end of the show. If you don't win on the show tomorrow, first show of the day, you got a chance to win a Justin Fields signed helmet and a Broadway Joe Namath signed helmet. Matt, obviously first time I've had you on since we were fearing for the worst with Justin Fields on day 2 of camp practice. What was your reaction going through that? And obviously you saw him out there yesterday be a participant in 7-on-7. So just just a wild week to be a Jet fan, and we certainly know wild weeks as Jet fans.
Yeah, I think it was the reporting on it. And I'm not blaming the reporters because they were just, reacting or saying what was happening. But the fact that it looked like it was non-contact, he stood up and then sat back down again and then got on a cart. I don't know about you, but I was having deja vu to Aaron Rodgers in week 1. And I was thinking the worst. I was thinking Achilles. Non-contact also makes you think ACL. So I was not anticipating dislocated toe. That was not on my radar. But I felt a little bit better when Aaron Gled did mention that it was a toe injury and they didn't know the severity. I thought that was the best case scenario. And then he was out there the next day, didn't really participate in the drills, but was out there throwing the ball. And it didn't look like he was, hobbled or limping around. I think if, it was a game and they had to play an actual football game yesterday, he would have been out there. But I don't mind them taking it slow, but definitely happy to see him out there and not really all that hindered by it.
JJ with a super chat. He also was at training camp yesterday, and JJ writes in and says, I was there. Team night and day better. Super competitive practice. Reynolds is good. 99 can rush. Thicker is kicker. Running back Allen, 60-yard touchdown. Cisco is legit. So some quick takes there from JJ. Look, Reynolds knowing the offense already is going to put him at an advantage over all the other receivers not named Garrett Wilson. You really would like someone else to emerge there, which is why I bring up what Rich Cimini wrote, Matt. He mentioned Jamal Pritchard as a guy that has apparently turned some heads. Same with Brandon Smith. Now, Pritchard's truly a rookie, and he's a guy that I think can make an impact on special teams. So just your thoughts on Pritchard being listed as a sleeper, according to Cimini.
Yeah, I think especially with his return ability, that, definitely puts him on the radar. He's pretty small, though. I don't know if he can really give you a whole lot as a receiver. I think it depends on what the Jets view or who the Jets view as their kick and punt returner. And Wanu had a nice return yesterday at camp. He's, listed as a running back, so it'll depend on if they want to keep 3 or 4 backs. And again, kind of the same thing at wide receiver, right? Like they've had Xavier Gibson as the returner the last couple of years. I think he probably gives you a little bit more as a receiver over a guy like Jamal Pritchett. But, to his credit, I think he's looked better than anticipated at that spot. And, if he makes an impact in a training camp or preseason game as a returner, I think that'll go a long way for him making this team.
Now, JJ brought up 99 can rush. 99 is now 9. That's Will McDonald. It feels like there was some great back and forth between McDonald and Armand Member yesterday, Matt. So I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about that. What did you see from those two being matched up?
Yeah, there were 2 obvious wins from Will McDonald. He had an absolutely nasty spin move on Membu that got past him. And then something that you like to see, he bull rushed him and won. And, that wasn't really something that we saw a whole lot from Will McDonald in the past because of his size. But it's noticeable the extra, again, like Sauce, the extra weight and muscle that's put on. And adding that element to his game, I think will make him a more well-rounded edge rather than just a speed guy who's really a third down rusher.
Comments, questions, super chats, they cut the line. Quick plug for the podcast. You can get the show you're watching live in audio form. Just search Jake Asman Show on either Apple or Spotify, and you can listen back to anything that you might have missed. We got the Azie Awards still coming up as well. We're going to be voting on today on the show, an award that many would love to win, most likely to make the New York Jets. Our nominees are Mr. Bonesy, Kyle Clifton, Rob from Glenhead, and King Lowski. And you know what? Let's get voting underway. Ladies and gentlemen, voting for the Azzies is underway.
It's time for the Azie Awards. Gotta get through Jets off season. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna lose? These Asmaniac callers are legends. It's up to the Jet. It's your time to vote. You gotta decide who's better. Asmaniacs drive the Jake Asman Show. That's why we gotta have these Azie Awards.
Vote, vote, vote. Matt, you know all these callers here. Your thoughts on who most likely you believe would make the 2025 Jets?
I think they're all really good candidates, but of this group, how do you not lean Kyle Clifton with the name of a former New York Jet, right? Like that was my initial reaction. So I'd vote for Kyle, but I think you can make a strong case for all these guys. Should be a tight competition.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Now, I see already a comment here from Yo Home saying, what happened to the Gorman Award? That's coming, but that award is so great, I'm saving it towards the end of the Azie Awards because we're going to do it properly. So the top Charles Gorman moment, it's coming. We haven't forgotten about that Azie category, but we're just going to wait a little while longer because I know people are dying for the top Gorman Award. With that said, if you guys had a question for Matt, anything Jets training camp related, Matt was there yesterday, so he could give you the latest. How was the crowd, Matt? Were the stands packed? What was the energy like in the stands?
Yeah, it was definitely really crowded, and that was, nice to see. And with it being a weekend day, there were a lot of kids there. I got to give credit to this kid behind me. Couldn't have been older than 11 years old, and he knew everything about every single player. And he was telling his dad, and he's like, Arian Smith, 4th round pick, really fast, doesn't have great hands. Jeez, man, this kid knows his stuff. We got to get him on the show. But it was really cool to see, a big and lively crowd. That's becoming more and more common for Jets training camp every year, and they only have a limited amount of tickets, but Jet fans show out for it every year.
Yeah, they really do. And look, if anyone has extra tickets they can't use, continue to send them my way, and I will do my best to distribute them to as many Jet fans as possible. Hopefully people could take their kids if they'd never been, because give the Jets credit. They do a really good job of, having the players sign a bunch of autographs afterwards, and they have a bunch of things that you could do with the kids that are around the actual practice. They have, what are they called, activations or whatever, where you can throw the football, run the 40-yard dash. They got a merch store for people to buy Jet swag, so it's cool. And this week, the next practice open to the public is Thursday, July 31st. So if any listener out there has extras they're not using, send them my way to my email, AsmanJake@gmail.com. And if you need tickets for Thursday, please reach out because I have acquired already a bunch for Thursday. So reach out for anyone who's interested in going to that practice this Thursday. Matt, I really want to get your thoughts on some of the comments that the players have been making just about how different it's been with Aaron Glenn. You have, AVT saying that he finally feels like there's some accountability from the coaching staff. He said that he has never experienced that. Breece Hall made similar remarks. It does feel like, without like directly throwing Robert Saleh and company under the bus, just the comments from the players, it's clear that there's something that's a lot different so far with how Glenn is handling things.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's a necessary change. It felt a little country club by the end with the New York Jets and Robert Saleh. Saleh was very much so a player's coach who wanted to be buddies with everyone. And, Glenn, I would still say is a player's coach, but it's just a different level. And, you mentioned all the different guys that have had comments, Quincy, similar comments, AVT guys, Breece Hall, guys like that. But even yesterday too, or earlier in the week, it might not have been yesterday, where Aaron Glenn's talking about why the officials are there. And he's like, we were the most penalized team last year and that you're not going to be able to win as an undisciplined football team. I think that, speaks volumes. He wasn't even here last year, but he's talking about the Jets like he was here a year ago. And it's something that they desperately need to change and fix. So I love to see that, the players are buying in and they seem to like the messaging.
Breece Hall said it, quote, feels a lot better going to work every day compared to last year. So that is something that is certainly a shot at the previous regime and situation. He says that there was a lot of instability around the whole operation. He adds that players have bought into the new coaching staff. Tyrod Taylor, he said the other day, when you're shifting culture, there are certain qualities that you have to have in a head coach. And I think Glenn has them all. He gets the respect from everyone in the locker room just by the way he presents himself. His message to the team has been consistent since day one. He's a straight shooter, and he gets it from a player's side. He knows how to take care of us. He also requires us to work well. AVT, I mentioned the accountability quote. He says, quote, I haven't seen accountability a lot in my first few years. And then even yesterday, Connor Hughes of SNY was asking Aaron Glenn about Will McDonald adding like a bull rush move to his pass rush arsenal that you were talking about. And Glenn says it's coaching. Like, McDonald could have always done this. We're coaching him now to do it, which I think a solid philosophy was whatever you do well, like, we're just going to harness that, and that's what you're going to do. And I think Glenn has a different approach of, hey, just because you do this really well doesn't mean we can't coach you up to do other things in your game well in addition to that. So I thought that was not a direct shot at Salah. Like, he's not naming Salah, but when you're saying it's coaching, this player could do things, you're taking a shot at the previous coaching staff.
Yeah, 100%. And, last year too, it's not like the Jets had this amazing staff. On the defensive side of the ball, to their credit, they were able to develop some talent and, some late round picks. But I'm really hoping that the Jets in this regime have a better chance of developing offensive talent with some of their later round picks. Like, obviously Garrett and Brees are good, but they were good coming out of school. It would be interesting to see if they're able to turn, like an Arian Smith, for example, who they took in the 4th round, into a real solid contributor. And, coaching really goes a long way. And I think that's going to be one of the biggest differences looking at this team, what they were a year ago and what they are, this year. I know the talent might not be the same, but I think there's a chance for a better result. And a lot of it has to do with the coaching.
Nate with an Asmaniac super chat. Thank you, Nate Bonifant. Perfect time for the Jake Asman Show. Choring and working hard like the Jets hopefully are. Excited for football to be back. Hashtag let's go Jets. LGJ. Jets off today, so recovery day, and then back at it with the pads on for the first time beginning tomorrow. Huge shout out to Jimmy, who enters our signed Sauce Gardner jersey raffle at the end of the stream for one. He gifted a membership. And also Mike Dems is in the Asmaniac raffle because he gifted one channel membership. Big Country checks in with a $10 super chat. He's in the raffle for 2. We just have to hope and pray when the pads come on, they all stay healthy. Well, above anything else, the biggest thing from any training camp is, can you get through it healthy? And we as Jet fans thought we suffered the worst possible scenario you could suffer. Your starting quarterback potentially out long-term, maybe for the year, who knows? And we survived it. Maybe, just maybe, our fortunes are starting to turn, Matt.
I really hope so. It was nice to have some positive injury luck with Justin Fields, as you mentioned, but unfortunately, injuries are a part of this game, and every single team's going to have injuries. And I don't think the staff's going to use it as an excuse. It's going to be a next man up mentality. If there are, hopefully there aren't any significant injuries, but it's unfortunately something that every team has to deal with in this league.
Yep, it just brutal. I mean, it really was crazy. So I'm glad that, for the most part, it went about as well as it possibly could. You just hope that the only thing you do worry about, and I think the Jets will be very careful with Fields, you don't want to put him in a spot where if he's not 100%, it starts to impact his ability to be the great runner with the ball in his hands he is. Because while maybe the Jets believe his passing can continue to improve, his strength is he's one of the more dynamic players with the ball in his hands. You need him to be able to be as athletic as normal with this toe thing for that to work.
Yeah, definitely. That's his calling card. I know we've all talked about him improving as a passer for the Jets to really hit their ceiling, or for him to be the long-term answer at quarterback on this team. But, if you're going to utilize him in this offense, he's got to be able to run the ball. And, again, it was positive to me that it didn't really look like when he was going through drills that it was hindering him. And, that's something that we'll continue to keep an eye on as the pads come on and as, they continue to progress throughout training camp.
This super chat here is from Slip Kid, who says, happy to see AG has the Zebras in town to finally rid the self-inflicted penalties. About time. Look, this was long overdue. This was great. And Matt, you referenced the quotes that AG had on the officiating. I pulled it so we could play it for those who missed it. I thought this was one of the best answers we've heard from a Jet head coach at a press conference in years.
I want the officials here as much as possible, and they know that. And it's no secret that we were the most penalized team in the league last year. So that's one of the things that I want to nip in the bud early, of making sure that the discipline part of what we do, that we fix that now. You cannot win games in this league with an undisciplined team. So all the penalties that we had last year, we're knocking those things out. And we want to make sure that we're good at that. Even the details of what we do. Like, we can't have any MAs. And I know they happen. All right, but we're striving for perfection in that situation of every detail when it comes to offense and defense, that we're on top of that, and we're trying to make sure we be good on that too. So the officials are going to be here. We're going to knock that out. All right, I would tell you that we're going to knock these penalties out. We're going to understand that undisciplined teams do not win games.
Hell yeah. Amen, Aaron Glenn. Amen.
Yeah, more of that, please. I thought that was a perfect answer and a recognition of a problem that they had and trying to, go about actually fixing it here.
Matt, before we get to your calls, a question for you. What is it like to have the paparazzi chasing you down at Jets training camp?
Oh my God, Matt O'Leary, I'm subscribed to your YouTube channel. What's up, Matt?
Gotta love it, right? Richie from Jets Media was awesome. I saw him right when I was walking in. Got to talk to him, meet his family and his girlfriend, which was great. And then I start to walk over. I didn't know Richie was big time in everyone and just going to get on the golf cart and get driven over there. I'm a man of the people, going to walk, however far it is, quarter mile all the way around. And yeah, was not expecting that, but hilarious video. I thought that was great.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, Matt O'Leary being hounded by the paparazzi.
Oh my God, Matt O'Leary, I'm subscribed to your YouTube channel. What's up, Matt?
Shout out to Richie. He had some good coverage yesterday from Jets camp. J-Boy is the leader in the clubhouse. He now is up to 10 gifted memberships this show, 10 raffle tickets for his chance to win this signed Sauce Gardner jersey that I have in my hands. At the end of the show, it includes the certificate of authentication. J-Boy, this is for you.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
If you hear your name called, J-Boy made you a channel member. Naman Hubbard, Sherm Penn, Teddy Webb, Fahad Al-Atabi, Jonathan Gala, all receiving a channel membership there. Comments, questions, your super chats, they cut the line. Let's get to your calls. And first up today is a guy who was at Jets camp yesterday. JJ starts us off. Hello, JJ.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
How are you, JJ?
I'm feeling good. So let me tell you this, man. So while I was there yesterday, I go to like a lot of the training camps. So a lot of people were super excited about the drill that they were doing, the tackling drill. And what you guys have to understand is, right, in the last 3-4 years, we've never had a drill like this where guys are like one-on-one going against each other. Like, at least for the fans, we've never got to see it. So when it started, everybody was like sitting up in their seats and we were just ready to go to see what's going to happen. And the first people I think that went up was Garrett Wilson versus Sauce. Now, the one thing about the drill that was a little alarming, and Matt, you were there, so you can tell me if I'm wrong. Brees was never able to shake a defender. Like, he got caught every single time. He looked a little bit not as elusive as he's been, but that could just be, whatever. It's the first couple of weeks of training camp, so we're not too alarmed about that. But Tony Adams was going crazy, like ballistic. Andre Cisco just all over the place. Like, the team looked really good. They looked like an actual football team. They looked like a well-coached football team. The refs didn't even really throw that many flags because everybody was just doing exactly what they were supposed to be doing. Like, it looked like a well-organized, well-coached football team. So that was super exciting. Justin Fields looked really good. Reynolds, I mean, this guy was routing everyone up yesterday. He even caught a big pass on Sauce Gardner, which was like, all right, like, once you see that happen, you're like, all right, yeah, he's our number 2. But the biggest thing that I noticed from the team yesterday was guys weren't having to work that hard to get open. They were schemed open. There's a lot of guys that were just schemed open, right? Like Garrett Wilson, he's winning his one-on-one battles, but you need to have guys that are just, hey, wide open. And that's why I was mentioning in my super chat, Breland Allen just on a check down pass, catches a little check down and runs it up the sideline for like a 60-yard touch. He probably would have got caught at the 5, but either way, like, to just see guys just be wide open and the offense look easy. Even Smith was doing some end arounds and getting 5-10 yards here or there. Like, everything just looked really good. My wife who came with me, and we were watching the kicker battle. They started warming up on the opposite side of the field, and she was going for the thicker kicker, 45. I wanted to see 43 win the battle, but like, after watching those kickers go at it, I think that number 45, the thicker kicker, I think he's going to be our kicker. He just looked like he has what it takes. He didn't look nervous, and his kicks were going right down the middle. So I know I'm giving you guys a lot, but like, just watching that practice, when I tell you it was night and day from last year, and when I tell you we have a much better team, like, we just have a much better team overall. And then last thing I'll say with Will McDonald, man, that's another one where, like, when we got there, I was pointing out players to my wife, and I was like, yo, number 9, I don't know. We wasted a first-round pick on him. And then he's just taking over the game. Like, and she's like, are you sure he's not good? Because he looks pretty good to me. And I was like, you know what? I don't know what they got this guy eating now, but Will McDonald's going to be a beast next year. So I can't wait to see what this team is going to do. I'm telling you guys, playoffs. And Matt O'Leary, sorry, Jake, I'm going to have to piss you guys off before I leave. Matt O'Leary, let me ask you this. Did you know that Vinny Testaverde
oh my God,
and Chad Pennington, neither of them are in the Jets Ring of Honor. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
So if the Jets don't consider them Jets legends, then why should I? Anyways, but other than that, it was a great practice yesterday, and peace.
JJ, most of your call was great. I actually love hearing the positivity. You ruined it at the end with the nonsense. For those who missed it, JJ came on and had like some fakakta rant that he doesn't care about any quarterback in Jets history besides Namath because none of them won. And he was like, fans don't know who Chad Pennington or Vinny Testaverde are. And I said, you're out of your mind. Any true Jet fan would know who both those guys are. And the Jets have not had any success at the quarterback spot, minus 1 year of Fitzpatrick, besides those guys in the late 90s and 2000s with Chad.
Yeah, on his training camp analysis, I think we were spot on. I think he nailed a lot of stuff that was positive. Lost me at the end, though. Not like I don't think Chad or Vinny necessarily deserve to be in the Ring of Honor. Like, I think that's something you hold, like special. And I don't think either one of those guys were special players, but that doesn't mean that they were bad, right? Like, there's a lot of solid football players in Jets history, in addition to those two who aren't in the Ring of Honor. And there was a lot of success for both those guys. Both won playoff games. Both went, decently far in the playoffs. So I don't know. I'm not here for the Vinny or Chad hate. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's just JJ. Couldn't help himself. But overall, I like hearing the positivity. I like hearing JJ's optimism. Look, I think the kicking battle, though, I mean, it's good to hear that both kickers kicked well yesterday because they got off to a rough start earlier in the week. But Matt and I already talked about it for those tuning in late. It's probably going to come down to those preseason games and who executes versus who doesn't when the lights are actually on in games that don't count for the standings, but do count for guys trying to make the actual football team. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, how about a 20 spot of gifted memberships? Frank P with 20 raffle tickets. 20 people just became channel members. Let's go.
Get your ass off my super chats. Some of these are gifted memberships too.
Hey.
The hell with it.
Matt, it's the first time we've had to put the helmet on so far in Jets camp. 20 channel memberships were gifted by Frank P. So if you hear your name called, you thank Frank for making you a channel member. Javier Santos, Pete Stearns, Mr. Flowers, Jet Life, Shane Daniels, Brian Farrell, Alan has gonorrhea, Uno Jets. Hey, Uno, you want a Justin Fields jersey on the show on Friday? Please email me so I can get it sent out to you. Dr. V-Man, Darnell Towns, Mark Riss. There's more. King Izzy, NYJ Dave, Over the Top, Kristen Thompson, Brian Kelly, Remy, Corey V-Dubs, Matt LaFermina, Duhan, Hennessy Heisman, and DM95, all receiving a membership gifted to them by the Frank P. But wait, there is more. Anthony Lojurado is in the Asmaniac raffle now for 5.
It's the Asmaniac membership raffle. For every membership gifted, you receive 1 ticket entered in the raffle to win epic prizes.
EJ, Christian Bainbridge, Jack Maldonado, and Greg all receiving a gifted membership right there. Oh, wait, we are not done. It is rating memberships today, folks.
Now, give me money. Or I shoot him. And I shoot all you motherfuckers. And then we take it. Your choice, bitches.
Eli Betts checks in. Sean, Keith Kirkwood, Lawrence Hobson, Kikuchi, Flight Boss, Kikuka Lake Jet Fan, Rat Diddy, York Pinot, Darnell Baker, all receiving a channel membership. And how about one more? A holy bleep, a $100 super chat from our guy, JYB.
Show me the money.
Show me the money! Money.
JYB just got himself in the Sauce jersey raffle for 20. He writes in, first live show in a long time, but I hear there's a Sauce jersey on the line. Who has been the most impressive rookie, Arian Smith or Azie Thomas? Matt, it sounds like yesterday both guys had good days, but Azie Thomas had the interception. Overall, answer JYB's question here from what you've read and what you've heard. Smith or Thomas, who's been the more impressive rookie a week into camp?
So I think for me, the reason why I'm going to go Arian Smith, and I think it's because my expectations for him were maybe a little bit lower than AZ Thomas. Like I thought AZ would come in and do a really good job right out of the gate and honestly compete with Brandon Stevens for that starting job. I think, Stevens with the contract he got is going to be the cornerback too, but I thought he would come in and perform at a high level. So I think just because maybe I was a little bit lower on Arian Smith, I'll say him because he's exceeded my expectations while AZ Thomas has just met them.
I'm not trying to manifest this by any means, but yesterday Lazard had a drop. We know Corley's had a drop, and drops are going to happen. But the big thing with Arian Smith is the drop stuff. To this point, we haven't heard about any glaring Arian Smith drop, which is a good sign.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is a good sign. I think we got to give him credit for that. The one thing I'll say on Arian Smith that I want to see from him, the pads are going to come on Monday. When things get a little bit more physical with his size, is he still able to play at the level he has so far? That's what I'm going to be watching for this week.
Uno Jet says, Jake, thank you. I emailed you. Uno, thank you. I will take a look. Make sure you sent me your address, your name, the color, Fields jersey you want, either green or white, and the size. Appreciate your support. As always, Uno. Let's see. Comments, questions, super chats. They will cut the line. Matt, I want your thoughts on some comments that came into the show as we were setting the scene from training camp. Beastbreaker wrote in, just got done mowing grass and chopping trees and weeds. He then followed up by saying, just had my shower. I feel 10 pounds light. I believe he means lighter. Then he wrote, I should make breakfast after a hard day's work. Does anyone work harder than Beastbreaker on a Sunday?
Apparently not. He's out there doing real man shit, right? Like tending to the yard, some nice yard work. I got some stuff that I got to do later. Hopefully if the rain holds off, but hell of a start to the day, Beastbreaker. I love that for you.
Beast, incredible. By the way, Uno Jets, I did not get an email from you. So AsmanJake at Gmail, if you're still watching. JJ writes in, forgot to mention Fields was literally the last one off the field. Coaches, players, equipment guys all left. He was still throwing and sprinting. Love it. JJ has so much on the line in regards to Justin Fields, Matt, because he has already predicted that not only will Justin Fields be the best quarterback the Jets have ever had, but he's going to be in the Ring of Honor as well.
I hope he's right. I really do. I'm not ready to go to that level yet. I want to see it before I have those statements, but I hope JJ is right because, man, that would be a cool story for Justin Fields, but then for us too, like finding a franchise quarterback, it would be ironic if that's the way that it happens.
Yeah, where do we sign for that, please? Oh, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike D's nuts, a 20 spot of channel membership. D's nuts. Yeah, baby, 20 memberships, 20 raffle tickets for Mike. One more time. D's nuts. Oh, yeah, it's raining channel memberships. I got my Gustbuster umbrella out. You could smell the rain. Matt just referenced it. Maybe he meant channel memberships. Here we go. 20 names to read off, and then we'll get to more of your calls with Matt O'Leary talking all things Jets training camp. Aswin Nigerian, Kick Out the Jams Joe, Big Will, Lane Gretzky, DYSL Studio, Troy Sturgis, Tanja Benjamin, Skinny D23, Dano, Jalen Roberts, Double O Jet Fan, STA Jets, Marky, Mike Clawender, Kona, Jetstrong, Dante, Aaron Messed Up. That might have been 20. According to YouTube, it was. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again to the Mike D's nuts for coming through for Jet fans everywhere. All right, more calls right now if you want in on the conversation. The lines are open, and let's check in with a man where clothing is optional in his neck of the woods. It is time to say hello to Mr. Rube.
Well, there's a feller they call Charleston Jets Rube, 'cause he calls the show nude, never wears a shirt. And some folks, they don't think he's got pants on either. It's a gosh darn nudist camp. Let's hear it for that Charleston Jets Rube and see if he has any Jets points today.
Hey, Matt. Nice to see you here today. Happy Nude Sunday to the both of you. Just wanted to, I feel like the same old Jets thing is changing, you know, with Glenn and the practices and the refs. And then, You know, in the past, what happened with Justin Fields, he'd be out half the season. You know, I just feel like things are changing in the positive for us. Um, Quick question for you guys. Have you seen the Will McDonald Origins thing yet?
I have not. It's definitely on my list. I know Olu's came out yesterday too, I believe. So I got to catch up on those.
Oh, I tell you what, I loved Will McDonald before this, but I think he's become my favorite player. Wait until you see this. I had no idea that he went through everything that he went through.
Oh no, Rube, the nudist colony, the internet, it's zapping your phone connection. Call back, Mr. Charleston, new Jets Rube, and we'll bring you back on. I haven't watched any of the Origins yet, but shout out to the Jets in-house media team that's involved with that. Their film production crew, top notch. They do a great job with all that stuff.
Yeah, they really do. I think we're lucky as Jets fans to have the content available to us. Last year's was great. Like I said, I'm going to watch them eventually. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. They're always a good time.
This one's from Jimmy. He's super chatty. He wants to know more about the secondary quality and depth. I think there's a lot to be encouraged about the depth in the secondary. I mean, especially if Stevens is going to play well, because that signing at the time was certainly one that made you scratch your head a little bit. You're putting your faith in Glenn and this coaching staff there. Azie Thomas has looked good. Sounds like Andre Sisco has been really impressive so far. I like what I was hearing from JJ there about Tony Adams. I like what we've heard about Malachi Moore so far. So I think the Jets, as long as, Sauce and Michael Carter are healthy, they're going to have a very good secondary again.
Yeah, we know all the names of the starters, and the starters have looked good, but Azie Thomas right now has to be considered depth, and he's looked like he could start. Malachi Moore, kind of the same thing. Tony Adams, I thought had a really good day, as JJ pointed out, especially in those drills. I thought he was the best player in those drills. And Jarek Bernard-Converse was making some plays out there too. So right now, I think I feel okay about the depth.
Ladies and gentlemen, Beast Breaker just wrote in, just cooked breakfast. I know what everyone's thinking. What is a man who has already worked a full day's work having for breakfast on a Sunday morning? Ladies and gentlemen, we will find out the answer right now.
You know what time it is? I'm Beast Breaker 666. I'm gonna take my fist and shove it up your ass, and then he gotta go.
There you go, baby. Man's breakfast right there, ladies and gentlemen. Spicy hash brown steak, man's fresh egg, and some pork sausage. Regular pork sausage and a blueberry bagel. A man's breakfast. A real man's breakfast. That's called, you want to be tough, get tough. It's like the Castrol GTX commercial. Castrol GTX. Drive hard.
Thank you.
You live hard. You live hard, you fight hard, and you die hard.
Jets Johnny referred to it as heart attack on a plate. Do you agree?
Judge Johnny, you're not even in the same league as me, kid. You couldn't carry my bags, boots, jockstrap, or anything else. Bye-bye, Buster. As a matter of fact, time to dive into this bad boy right here. A fresh man's blueberry bagel.
Hey, show us how to eat a man's blueberry bagel, Beast.
That's how you do it, baby. And let me just say this. This is fresh. Let me say this. Costco only with Costco cream cheese, baby. Anything that comes from Costco is a man's breakfast. Anything for a man. Right here. That's called strength right here. Look at all this. You don't see guns like that anymore. You know why? Because today's men don't have the guns like I do. I got the guns. You know why? Strength, wisdom, honor, and courage. That's all you need. Strength, wisdom, honor, courage. And one more factor.
Hold on. I'm taking notes on that. So all I need is strength, courage,
wisdom, and even discipline. Discipline's one more thing too.
Okay.
Discipline.
So one more time from the top.
Strength.
Okay.
Honor, courage, wisdom, discipline.
It's a good 5.
It comes from here. Right here.
I can't move your mic that's not even connected, that serves no purpose. Where does it come from?
It comes from
You made it actually work. Thank you.
right here.
From the heart. Or from the boob. What are you pointing at?
No, heart.
Okay, from the heart. Got it.
It's been a rough week. I'll tell you why it's been a rough week. We lost Malcolm. We lost Ozzy. We lost the greatest. We probably lost the wrestler that was a great 7-time world heavyweight champion. The only man that took Flair the distance Macho Man Randy Savage, Andre the Giant, and all the other greats. But it's good. But we're gonna heal. You know why we're gonna heal? We're gonna
Why?
get back up. We're gonna get back on our horse, and we're gonna, ride and just.
Hey, Beast, Met's middle finger wants to know: do you ever eat while you're sitting on the toilet?
Oh.
In the words of Donald Trump, that's a stupid question. That's a pretty stupid question. That guy must ask a lot of stupid questions. He must be real.
Indy Jets wants to know, Beast, show us how to be a man and get on the scales.
1, 2, and in the 80s, right here. Now let me enjoy breakfast, as they say in different languages. Ciao, afrizem, ding dong day, and remember, if Yan can cook, so can you.
Hey, Beast, before you enjoy breakfast, in honor of Justin Fields being A-OK, can you give us a little Fields running and escaping the pocket for a rushing touchdown?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Near side, HB option lead.
That works. Just move the mic so we actually can see you because it's blocking your camera.
Time out, El Señor Jake.
Okay.
Este vato, get ready. Get ready, 3. Get ready, 3. Get down. Red. 23. Red. 23. Get ready. Stand. 318. Move. Stand. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Come here. Come here.
That's a man's man right there, Matt.
He would be happy. I didn't get a chance to say it, but I was at Costco this morning before coming on the Jake Asman show. So I visited his favorite establishment today.
That's incredible. I mean, also, I like how I asked for Justin Fields escaping the pocket and scoring a rushing touchdown, and he somehow turned that into like the Garrett Wilson catch every time.
It's incredible. He's a one-of-one human.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been quite the show. If you're tuned in late, you've missed a lot, but you haven't missed a chance to win this, a signed Sauce Gardner jersey. I'll raffle it away at the end of the show. If you don't win, tomorrow, first show of the day is our weekly raffle. I got 2 awesome prizes. A signed Joe Namath helmet is one. Signed Justin Fields helmet is the other. So your chance to win those items on this show for the Sauce jersey, and then tomorrow, 2 more opportunities if you enter for your chance to win the Fields helmet and the Namath helmet. Slip Kid says, Will McDonald Origins is really, really good. Talk about a kid coming up from Hard Knocks in real life. Big fan of number 9. I've heard great things about it. I am definitely excited to watch it. I know Matt is as well. Harris says, so happy to see Aaron Glenn acknowledging our issues from last year, penalties and bad tackling, and fixing them head on. He's done everything right that you can do right to this point. They got to win games. We all understand that. But if you're not rooting for Aaron Glenn, you're not really a Jet fan, because this guy understands our pain. He was a Jet. It's a dream job for him. He wanted this job, and we're hoping to God that he's the guy that can actually get this team back on track.
I hope so. And like you said, former player, the fan base really loves him, had, worked under 2 legendary head coaches in Sean Payton and obviously Bill Parcells. So, rooting for Aaron Glenn pretty hard here.
Ferris Grimm writes in, great to see Jets football back. Matt, Jets football being back. How great is that?
I love it. It's great. Even if it's just training camp, I just itch for that kind of content. The slow motion videos that you get, no pads. We overreact and underreact to things in no pads. It's the best. I love it.
Dylan writes in, Beast needs another shower after breaking a sweat in the Global Studio HQ. It's a good point. You might have to. Might have to. Rick Kent wrote, can we see Beast's kitchen? I don't believe he has one. I think Beast has actually called us once from the kitchen, but the connection was absolute trash. So that was that. Ladies and gentlemen, more calls right now. I'm going to see if we can finish the first call we tried with Charleston because his connection dropped out. Then we'll get to the rest. What's up, Mr. Rube?
Yeah, it's like feels like it's over 100 here, and it's been like in the high 90s for a few days. So my phone, I know this Apple phone can't take heat, man. It kind of pisses me off. But yes, the Will origin story, man. I tell you what, it actually had me teared up. After watching this, how he can't be one of your favorite Jets and be beyond me. I mean, I don't want to ruin nothing, but the kid was homeless in high school for a couple months, So I mean, he He really, truly came from nothing. I'm rooting for him so hard. I said it a while ago. I do believe he's going to be in the teens, mid-teens at least for sacks. Adding that weight, I think, is going to be a huge difference. And I think from the reports from practice yesterday, it's already showing when he, you're hearing about he was bull rushing Membu. So, I mean, I love to hear that because that guy's got all the moves in the world. So if he can add some power to his game too, I truly feel like the kid's going to be unstoppable. If he can even be average against the run, hopefully we can keep him on the field 60 to 70% of the snaps, being that we are a little weak at end. That would be wonderful. Um, I've been saying it for a while, but I truly think Isaiah Davis and Arian Smith are going to be a lot more valuable in this offense than what anybody's thinking at this point. So I'm excited to see how these two young guys grow and how we utilize them. But I'm just pumped. Every day I get more and more pumped. I'm on the verge of taking my win total from 9 to 10. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm
Wow.
getting there.
Ooh, I like
Wow.
it.
I
Rube,
tell you,
I love it, man. I love it. I hope you're right.
I do too. I just it just feels so much different. Like I was saying earlier with the practices and just how Glenn is being and bringing the refs in, and then in years past, if we would have had a quarterback with a non-contact injury on the second day, getting carted off, it would have been a half a season thing. So it's just like in things that Glenn can control and the other things like the injuries that we can't control, it just feels like things are different. I mean, I haven't had this feeling. Obviously, the Aaron Rodgers years, we were all pumped, but you take those years out of the equation, I haven't truly had this feeling in probably 15, 20 years about the Jets. And, I think Aaron Glenn's the man. I'll let you go. I'm sure you got plenty of other callers. Jets, 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 Jets!
Yeah, Rube.
Oh,
Love it. Love it. We do got plenty of other callers. Ladies and gentlemen, on the line is Jimmy, who's next. What's up, Jimmy?
Hey, thank God that he went on before me because I couldn't follow Beast. There was no chance. No chance I could follow Beast. That was awesome. And I'm not going to do a play action pass and a diving catch. But Jake, just want to let you know, man, like, love your stuff. And I got out of work. I got a new job here just moved from LA to Florida and got a new job. And when I was leaving work the other day was when I put you on. It was after you had already gone live when Fields went down with the injury. And first day of work, my new best friend, like first day of school stuff, he's from Long Island like me, and we're Jets and Mets fans. And so I put you on and I hear the devastation in your voice. I immediately called him and he goes, dude, I'm in a meeting. And I go, yeah, I just want to tell you Jet stuff. And he goes, if it's what you're saying, yeah, I want to blow my fucking brains out.
Yep.
And
That's how we all felt.
And so I was totally with you. And so we're going back and forth on the over under 6.5 right now for wins this year. He's hard on the over. I just want to know, how are we really feeling about how this offense is going to transition into a run first offense and how the defense is going to, counter that with do we really feel confident in Jermaine and Will in their development and recovery to hold up against, to kind of grind out games? And then have that secondary hold up on the back end. Are we going to be able to get home? That's my biggest question. Love your stuff. And my buddy Mike and I are hoping to go to that Tampa game and meet up with everybody.
Love
so,
it. Well, Jimmy,
we doing a meetup there?
Yeah, we got a meetup plan for Tampa the night before, a tailgate before the game. So if you need any information, just reach out. I can send it to you.
Oh, that'd be great, man. So love your stuff. Don't always catch it live. I was off today, so I was able to do it. So always love to be able to call in. So
love it.
Thanks,
Jimmy,
guys.
Great call, man. MC, by the way, wrote it. Jimmy looks like Matt in 10 years.
I'll take it. Jimmy's a good looking guy. If I look like that at 40, I'll take it.
Jimmy, call back more if you can. I know work makes it difficult, but great call. Look, I'm not expecting Jermaine to be like what he was in 2023 immediately, but I do think we'll see that at some point. I think McDonald's in for a big year. I felt this way even before yesterday when he had this great practice. I just think the coaching defensively is going to be so much better than it was last year post Salah being fired and it all fell apart. I think they're also due for some positive regression from some of their best players. Like Quinnen had a down year for his standards, as did Quincy. Everyone talks about Sauce. No one talks about the other two first-team All-Pros on the team as well. I think Sherwood is an ascending player. I think Carter being healthy is huge. I think their safety room is better because of what they've done in the draft and free agency. So I think the defense has a chance to rebound to be a top 10 unit in the league. I think hiring Steve Wilkes was a really good hire by Glenn too. So there's some questions with depth and who's next to Quinnen and all that. But I think the defense is just going to be much better situated to force turnovers, and that could be the difference in winning and losing games.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the defense is going to bounce back and be closer to a top 10 unit like they were, a couple of years ago under Robert Saleh. The big question mark is on the offense, and it's going to come down to the quarterback and Justin Fields for really how high of a ceiling this team has. But I think their recipe for success is they're going to play a lot of low-scoring, tight games, which, Glenn is right now focusing on keeping them disciplined and not having penalties, where in low-scoring, tight games, the difference usually is who's penalized more, who wins the turnover battle, and special teams. So, some of the little things that I think they need to work on there. But, I'm with you. I'm going to be betting a lot of unders on this Jets team this year, I think.
Daz checks in with a super chat that earns him 2 raffle tickets. On behalf of all the Asmaniacs, I just want to congratulate Beastbreaker666 on his pregnancy. Now, I did not hear this, Daz, so let me ask Beast if this is true. Beast, are you pregnant?
How you guys doing? I'm here getting a good breakfast going here, and we're 2 weeks away from football season. I'm ready for it big time. Oh, did you see that throw yesterday from Tyrod Taylor? That looked nice, but unfortunately, got a lot of work to do. You have to work on it. More speed, more power, more finesse, more agility. And if he wants to really keep his spot, pay your way up the ladder, kid. Like Razor Ramon.
Sorry. I'm going to operate under that's a yes to what Daz super chatted.
I think so. I took that as a yes.
All right. More calls here before we say goodbye to Matt. I'll stay on for the rest. We do have open phone lines for anyone who wants in. Let's add a Jiggy the Jet Man. What's up, Jiggy?
What's up, man? My fault. Beast is a character there. I was just wrapped up in all of that.
It's hard not
to.
to.
A question. He went straight into a spiel. Like, he was in his own world.
And people think he's like not a real person or he's like a plant. I could promise all of you. All right, Beast has been calling this show regularly since the end of December. He is the exact same way off air as he is on it. There is no like off. That's him. That's who he is.
Yeah, definitely a man in his own world right there. I love it. He's their own, But appreciate you taking the call, man. Had a couple things I wanted to pick both your guys' brains about. I was watching Matt's video from earlier about the recap from the other day about training camp, and I just wanted to say I personally think Will is either going to end in like the round of top 3 in sacks this year, or at least top 5. Like, honestly, from you guys watching the Origins, what you do, like, he's really like a great character, you know what I mean? Like, he's gonna continue to work hard. Like, even his parents say, like, when he sets something like a goal, like, he goes for it. And I feel like everything that he's been through now, that like he understands, like, he's next up when it's time to come to get paid, I feel like he's gonna have a phenomenal year. Then on top of that, like, I want to know what y'all think. I feel like the Jets defense is gonna end in the top 5. Like, one, Quinnen Williams, we're going to be blitzing a lot more, so he's not going to have all those double teams. He's going to have more opportunities for one-on-ones, more sacks for him. Once Jermaine comes back, if he's going to be, anything like he was last year before he got hurt, and then if Will has that breakout season, our D-line is going to be tremendous. Then we have Sauce on the back end, Cisco, we have Azie, and then Stevens, and then our linebacker core, has always been pretty good. So I just want to know what y'all think about that before I get into my last topic here.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt. You can answer his questions.
Yeah, I was gonna say on the top 5, I think one, health has got to be a big part of it. They all got to stay healthy. The one thing that's making me a little bit weary of that is the depth at edge, depending on how Jermaine Johnson comes back from this injury. I think if he comes back and looks like the guy he was 2 years ago, then there's a strong chance for that. But if there's a slow start and we're seeing a lot of, Michael Clemens and Rashad Weaver getting a lot of playing time early on, I think that may have an impact on it. I'm comfortable saying close to top 10, but I think a lot would have to break right for them to get into the top 5.
True. I mean, we got a lot of speed on the edge. Our linebackers with them blitzing, like Quincy already bounces over all over the field. Sherwood, he has the speed converting from linebacker. So I feel like if we're able to contain, let Quinnen get free, get those blitzers free, and then have the back end playing well, as long as, health provides us, the full season, I feel like, we should be at least, somewhere around that top five, I think. But another topic of mine was the Membo thing. Like it sounds bad when you're reading the tweets like, oh, back to back, losses to Will McDonald, but at the same time that just shows like Will McDonald's growth, his thought process of like, hey, this is a rookie teammate in front of me, but I'm not gonna let a rookie stop me. I'm here to try different moves. I put on this weight. I need to see if the power works. So when I do go out there and I'm going against Dawkins, now I know, oh, he's looking for the speed, and I'm hit him with the power. And then on Membu's end of it, it's like iron really does sharpen iron. Because you're
Especially
not
week one, right, Jiggy? I mean, we're talking about TJ Watt week one. So, like, Armand Membu, is getting working from McDonald. Like, that's great because McDonald's very unique. And it's welcome to the NFL rookie. And this goes for Olu, too, by the way, because Olu's only started a handful of games because of his injury last year. Like, it's great. And Membu has won some matchups against McDonald as well. So they're going back and forth. So it really is, as you're saying, iron sharpening iron there.
Exactly, because being an athlete, like you're not gonna come into practice or work every day and let the man in front of you beat you every day. Like you're gonna go back, you're gonna look at it, like he said in his post game interview or post practice interview. Like he's his biggest op. He's asking him questions about his set. You know what I mean? Like now, iron sharpens iron. They're asking questions that's gonna build that rapport and help him become a better lineman. And then last thing here, I really think Braylon Allen's gonna have a big season. Like coming from Detroit, they had that two-headed monster, and I feel like anything 20 and in red zone, the ball is going to him. Whether it's a screen, whether it's a run, they're gonna feed him the ball in that area. So I feel like Brees might have more touches and yards, but as far as like touchdowns, I feel like that's gonna be strictly on Braylon's back right there.
Love it. Jiggy, great call, man. Call back anytime.
I appreciate the call. Yeah.
Jiggy the Jet Man. I'm very excited about Braylon Allen. I know you saw it yesterday, Matt. He's explosive with the ball in his hands. I think he's a way better receiver out of the backfield than he gets credit for too.
Yeah, I thought, I came away very impressed with him yesterday. And, I think we forget too, just how young he was last year. He was played as a 20-year-old in the NFL. He's still only 21 years old this year. So I would not be surprised at all if we see a nice step forward from him in year 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the line right now is a man who's up for an Azie Award. The award that we're voting on is most likely to make the New York Jets. And Kyle Clifton is a nominee. And Kyle Clifton is next.
Inside. I'm a little hungover.
Yes, there we go.
So I in my personal experience with pregnant people, they are not that chipper. So that's what Daz was saying before. I think that it's so interesting that Glenn just came out and said it's coaching when you see McDonald use a bull rush. This is the same shit that we saw with Brees and catching the ball out of the backfield, and Hackett is like, huh, I had no idea. Who knew? It's so frustrating to hear this kind of stuff. Everyone on the planet knows that McDonald has physical talent, right? We knew that there was probably going to be kind of a redshirt year with him due to the position change and his size and basically how he was utilized in college. And me personally, I kind of thought a lot of his sacks last year were kind of whoopsie type stuff, even though, he did have his valid sacks. However you get him. That's fine. But the sky's the limit for this kid. So like for Salah to take the tack that you were saying before, Jake, that, we're going to coach up what they're good at, whatever. That's not how that works, right? Like, you got to get guys on roller skate. You got to get their momentum going in one direction. If you don't have a spin move, you've got to work on developing one. If you don't have a dip, you have to work on developing one. If you don't have a bull rush, you have to work on developing one. And the fact that we're talking about this in year 3, I can't wait to see what this team looks like on the field, because if they're markedly improved, it is going to be such an indictment of Salah.
Yep.
I'm going to be probably beside myself, because I think that everyone who calls the show or listens to the show feels like there's inherent talent on this team, and we're going to probably go as far as Fields will take us. Now, there's a lot of Fields doubters. This is his last shot. He was the best of what people are calling mid or even bad options. We'll see. I mean, that's about the extent of it. As far as the Azie goes, I would be part of the Rodgers geriatric Jets of last year instead of the youthful, energetic Jets of this year. So it might be better served for the people who are calling in the chat to vote for Lowski. I mean, for one thing, you wouldn't be able to match the passion in the locker room. But I appreciate your time, guys, and I appreciate all the great reports from Camp, Matt, and Richie and JJ and all the guys who have been keeping us in the loop about what's happening out there.
Kyle, you're the man. Good luck in the Azzies, baby. They're great. Kyle Clifton. Matt, you said it best. I mean, he played for the Jets. Kyle Clifton. How could he not win this?
It's got to be the obvious answer. And again, the 3 other guys, they can make a strong case for as well, but I voted Kyle Clifton in this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button, comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Matt, you are the man. Always appreciate you hopping on. Great job with your coverage yesterday at camp. You headed back out there anytime soon? I know you joked about I'm never going again after how long it is, but we know you're going to be there again at some point. When are you headed back to camp?
The next time I know for sure I'm going is August 12th, the Jet Giant combined scrimmage. So I'll be out there for that. But yeah, just doing, reactions and daily coverage of training camp right now on the YouTube channel. So appreciate hanging with you as always, Jake.
Everyone go subscribe to Matt's channel. He does a great job covering the Jets. Appreciate his time as always. All right. Speaking of training camp, another reminder about our Cloverleaf Tavern camp meetup after the green and white scrimmage next Saturday. So check that out, folks. If you want to meet up with a bunch of Asmaniacs, it is going to be a who's who of people coming. So I can't wait for that. We are presented today by my friends at Circa. Circa's contest weekend is upon us. Your chance to enter their contest for their 2 pro football betting contests. Ultimate Contest Weekend is coming back to Circa. It's an annual thing. We'll be doing our show from there on the 21st and 22nd. For anyone making the trip, let me know. There's going to be a cocktail party meet and greet the first night. There's going to be a stadium swim open bar on that Friday. You get to sign up, obviously, for the contest, which is why you're there, the Circa Survivor and the Circa Millions. I mean, there's $21 million in guaranteed prizes on the line. So if you're a gambler, this is the weekend to make the trip out to Vegas to sign up for the contest. With that said, shout out to Circa for being our sponsor, and I can't wait to be broadcasting the show from their Radio Row coming up next month. Uno Jet says, Jake, please check your email. Thanks. Let's go Jets. Uno, I got you. Thank you for sending me your info. We will get that Justin Fields jersey that you want on the show on Friday sent out this week for you. And Uno's $10 super chat does put him in the Asmaniac raffle at the end of this show for 2. This right here is what we're trying to win, folks. It is a signed and authenticated Sauce Gardner Jets jersey. If you win, I mail it to you today, as long as you reach out and get me your address so I know where to send it. With that said, more people are on the line right now. None other than someone who is revered in this community. Ladies and gentlemen, he was a 1 seed in Asmaniac Madness. All aboard the Lane Train.
Hi, how are you? Bruce Hall. That's good. Hello, Jake.
Hey,
how
Lane.
are you? Jets. How do you feel? I'm hyped up about the season, Jake.
You're hyped up?
Yeah. I heard that you.
Lane.
Asmaniac's Justin Fields jersey or swimsuit. I'm looking for the jersey. I think.
What did you hear?
Well, you remember you asked me if I wanted a Justin Fields jersey?
Do you want a
And I
Justin Fields
said,
jersey, Lane?
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, the real reason why I called, and I also got a haircut yesterday. A
Did
woman
you?
cut my hair, so that was nice.
A woman cut your hair.
Yep.
How did that feel?
It was nice. It was like sulky, but nice.
What do you mean it was sulky?
No, it was sulky. She ran her nails from my head.
Oh, she ran
Because
her
I had
nails
all
through
this
your hair.
gray. Look at this gray. I have all that gray hair.
You're an old man, Lane. You're an aging man.
I'm not that old. I know I'll be 38 years old. I don't know what I'm gonna do. The real reason why I called. How do you feel that Justin Fields got injured? You think he'll affect his season?
Well, it sounds like his injury is minor, but originally it looked like it
I'm
could have
looking.
been severe.
Yeah, because I mean, I hope he doesn't miss the season. You know.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's going to miss a game. I think he'll be ready for week 1.
How do you feel about Membu? You think maybe he'll start it off if Fields can't go?
I would be
week
surprised
2?
if Armand Membu
Or
starts
week
at
3?
quarterback.
Or you start Ormond.
You know,
Or
I
maybe
don't
Martin.
think Membu's ever going to start at quarterback. I think he'll start at right
I
tackle.
have never heard of him before, I think, because he was out of college.
Armand
Yeah,
Membu?
I saw the reports that I heard Aaron Glenn talking about his press conference after week 1 of Jets training camp that started.
What'd you think?
I think he knew what he was talking about. I know he used to play on the Jets way back. I didn't know that. Hi, we're the freaking New York Jets and they're playing with us. Like, yeah, that's how he sounds. I like that thing on
Do
his
your
head.
Aaron Glenn impression?
Hi. I'm Aaron Glenn. No, I mean Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn, New York Jets, and we are made for this. Like, why?
Hold
Why
on.
does he say that word?
I'll play it for you, Lane, so you can
Yeah,
hear it.
We're the
okay.
freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Is that a new video or an old video of him saying those words?
He said that in
suit.
January.
Oh, it was funny. Put me in a suit and tie, like Anchorman.
Hey, Lane, quote Aaron Glenn. Say, we're the freaking New York Jets, and
we
we're built
are
for it.
we are the freaking New York Jets. And wait for this.
Yeah.
Is it okay you say that word on the show? Some shows you can't, because you can get like those mods.
Hey, Big Loyal says Armand Membu
Yeah.
can definitely play quarterback. She might be onto something, Lane.
Maybe. Oh, thank you. Who's that? Let me see.
Big Loyal.
Yeah, I've never heard of him before.
He's a fan of yours.
Beastbreaker's funny.
What do you think of Beast?
Well, his little Joey. It says, listen. Yeah, I like his piece in back of his head. Listen, we have to do better. Because he loves his wrestling. Oh yeah, the part when he had no shirt on, that was funny.
Do you like Beast with no shirt on?
Yeah, that was weird. How about when Bobby Midnight was like dancing always? He was like shaking his butt and he picked up his shirt, like, you know.
Yeah.
And Charles, why is that? Why did they both do that?
Well, they're both freaks, Lane. They like their shirts off.
So anyway, what did you have for breakfast?
I actually have not had breakfast.
Is Carly making her cookies or maybe brownies that she makes?
You want me to ask her?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Did you hear when you got the answer on what her favorite donut was the other day?
Strawberry glaze? Oh, I guess it's not there. Have you ever had the coconut ones?
Hey, Lane, I'm going to leave a voice message. Hold on.
Okay.
Hey, Lane wants to know, are you making cookies or brownies? So give me a call back, And please let me know. Thank you. All right. See you, Lane. There you go.
Yeah, thank you. Oh yeah, mom's okay. He's feeling okay. She just has some kind of back problem. Yeah, so
Tell
hopefully
your mother I say hello. All right.
Thank you. Oh, I will. Oh, and there's more questions also I want to ask. So did Charles get a job yet or not?
No, I don't think Charles has gotten a job yet.
I thought his coach would help him, like coach next time.
Yeah, well, you know what? Unfortunately, Nick Shine can only coach the players he has, and Gorman might be uncoachable.
Really? Oh. So anyway, I called into Jets Worldwide for the first time.
Yeah.
I talked to Johnny actually, but he got a nice crew cut actually, believe it or not, because he's going away on vacation. A couple of other people on there. I think Matt O'Leary and Jim Parson. I think
Jim Parsons.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so you moved the ball for the Jets and the Giants, but it's like I think that like as long as they don't get stuck in the regular season because they were drafted out of college. How do you feel about Martinez? His first name is what's his first name? I forgot.
Pedro?
Yeah, Pedro Martinez. Pedro Martinez, yeah. I think that he could move the ball actually.
Do you think he'll come out of retirement to play for the Jets?
Not that Martinez, the Martinez that they signed. No, I don't think he'll come out of retirement.
No.
But yeah, Martinez that plays that his first look on playing for the New York Jets. And like I don't know if everybody's gonna make it out of the once they cut down on the roster before regular seasons, because there's only a certain amount of players that you start in the the regular season.
You're doing a lot of walking during this call, Lane. You getting your exercise in?
Yeah, I'm almost like on Charles when he does the push-ups.
Yeah. Are you gonna fart like Charles too?
No. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Ricky New York had a Jets channel.
Oh yeah, another spinoff from in the AsmanJake universe.
Has he started it yet, or is he still in the works of putting his show together?
Oh, he started it.
Oh, really? Oh, because I know that he talks about it also. Yeah, okay, so thank you for taking my call about talking about Jets. I know you have other people on the line they have to
Lane,
get to.
anytime you want to call in, you're always welcome, all right?
Okay. All right, have a nice day.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lane Train.
Hi. Sorry, everybody. See you next call when we talk about sports again.
Lane, thank you. What a call. The Jake Asmaniac tree. Yes, the amount of spin-off shows that we have from this show is incredible. Speaking of incredible, Black Gypsy, he wants a chance at a signed Sauce Gardner jersey. I think you already won a signed Sauce Gardner jersey, Black Gypsy. So I'll tell you what, you're still in it. But if you win, I'll see what other signed jerseys I have available that I could send, unless you want another Sauce. But either way, you're in the weekly raffle as well. So thank you very much. Bo C. Bo knows channel memberships. He just gifted a 10 spot of memberships. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Bo.
Bo knows football. Bo knows baseball. Bo knows tennis. Bo knows basketball, too. Bo knows channel memberships.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following 10 people are now channel members. It'd be great if I could tell you who got them, but unfortunately, the names are not loading on YouTube's end. So if you got one from Bo, make sure you thank him because he's one of the greats and he's always supporting the channel. Good luck in the raffle, Bo. Let's see. Super chat here from Kyle Clifton. So 2 more raffle tickets from Kyle. He says, My little bro Lyle needs to call into the show to gain Azie eligibility. He's my height and lifts huge pieces of pipe for a living. You don't want to run into him at a pile up at the line of scrimmage. Lyle Clifton. How about that? Another Clifton exists. Kyle, good luck. You're in the raffle for 2. Right now in the Azie Awards, the category today is most likely to make the Jets. And it's King Lowski with 44% of the vote in first place, followed by Clifton at 33. Rob from Glenhead is at 10, and then Bonesy's at 14. So it's Lowski, Clifton, Bonesy, and then Rob as your 4 leaders right now, with Lowski in first at 44% of the vote. So vote till the end of the show for your chance to have your voice heard in the Azie Awards. And then tomorrow's award will be Biggest Meltdown on the first show. Second show, Keyboard Warrior. I'm probably going to save the final couple awards, the Gorman Award, Rookie of the Year, and Best Intro for last. We also have Best Fake Name coming up, and then you heard me say Intro, Rookie of the Year, and then Top Gorman Moment, all still left on the Azie Awards. So check the Discord for updates. We'll update everyone on when we're doing what, but I know a lot of people are interested in the Gorman one, and we're going to do that one properly, so stay tuned for that. Jimmy is in the AsmanJake raffle at the end of the show for 5. Now, these I might be able to actually give you because they just happened. Let's see if YouTube will load the names. Following listeners are now channel members: Matthew Lloyd, New York Jets Smoking Lounge, Racing Jason, Gem Y, and Chris2485. They are all channel members courtesy of Jimmy, who joins the raffle. Nick Bigelow has been a channel member for a month. He says, if the defense is similar to 22 and 23 and Fields gives you 15 to 18 passing touchdowns while being a dynamic rusher and not turning the ball over, they're going to win. They're going to win what, though? How many wins is that? Is that 9 wins? Is that 10? Is that the playoffs? I mean, I think they could definitely win at least 7. I've said that. I'm at 6 right now, but I honestly think I'm going to probably move it up to 7 by the time we get to opening day. I'm starting to drink the Kool-Aid a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to move past 7 until I actually see it. But like I just have doubts on Fields. I got to see it. This team's going to be a better coach, though. That we know. They won 7 a couple years ago with the worst quarterback room ever put together of Zach Wilson, Tim Boyle, and Trevor Siemian. So I think they can win at least 7. Black Gypsy says, if Gorman is the Jets, then which coach is Nick Shine? Man, I don't think Nick Shine's a bad job coach, though. That's the thing. I think he's been handed a shit roster, right? Having to coach Charles Gorman to get a job, I don't know if anyone would have success. I think Vince Lombardi would struggle.
J-O-B, job.
That's the problem. I mean, and then Charles has the audacity to get mad at us for questioning how committed to the job pursuit he is, only to then follow that up with this.
People think I don't want to work, which is not true. I just had a bit of a nap not too long ago, too, so that didn't help.
I love it, dude.
You're talking about how people don't.
You can't say that people think you don't want a job and then say that you came off a real good nap. It's a hard 2 sentences to put together, Charles. It is. You got Jake off the camera.
How do you not see the irony of that, Charles? This is why Charles is the best of the best. It's just, you can't make it up. Oh, I just came off an awesome nap. Just what a transition. Gorman, you dog. What do we got here? MC, Jake is the Oprah with spinoffs. That I am. More calls right now. Devin is on the line. What's up, Devin?
What's up, Jake?
Love the bucket hat, Devin. How are you?
I appreciate that, brother. I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm hanging in. Been a busy weekend, which is always fun.
Sunday, you were busy yesterday. Was on ESPN, right? I'm not gonna bring that.
No, I was actually off yesterday. Rare day where I didn't have a show or radio, so it was nice.
That's awesome. So yeah, man, I was just want to touch in. I'm glad that you're starting to drink the Kool-Aid because that's what I was gonna touch base with you on. I was gonna be like, yo, man, when you listen to AG and just listening to him, man, like to his point about Will McDonald, we just headed out. I'm down in excuse my movement. I'm down in Dylan Turman's neck of the wood and Charleston Chew. I'm about to get naked on the beach. Down here in South Carolina. So yeah, we're down here for a little bit. But I was gonna ask you, man, like you drinking this Kool-Aid. I just think, my 12 wins thing, I was on it from the beginning. I'm still there. I'm not gonna come off of it. But I really believe it even more now when I look at what Wilkes is doing. And then we now having our players come out and talking about, babe, you want to drive? Sure. And then having our players come out talking about, the discipline and accountability and everything like that. What? We'll say hi to Jake. Say hi, Jake.
Hello.
He said, hey. Yeah, I got the key. So yeah, we're about to go head out to the beach real quick.
I love it. I love the hat she has on too. That's adorable.
Yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Yo, hey. So a couple of things too, man. I wanted to touch bases with you on this because I'm not gonna get to hook up with you this year because we chose 2 games. I gotta meet BG, so I'm gonna go to his hookup, his game. But then I wanted to go to week 1, man. I feel like this is a change in our regime and I want to be a part of it, man. I want to be there to see it when it happens because I think my belief is that strong. Then I got to put my actions behind it, right? And so going to week 1, I'm going to up that confidence.
Did we lose you there? Devin, I think we lost you with your connection, but good call, man. Have a great time at the beach with your family. Beastbreaker wrote in, I am one powerful man. I got heart, guts, balls, and superhuman strength. Beast, expand on this. What do you mean?
Look what I could do this whole year. Flying, gliding, mowing, making money, playing at the pool table, doing my own thing, carrying stuff on my back, doing all these things, working my ass off, paying my dues, going paying bills, doing my thing, and enjoying life. That's superhuman strength, and that's honor and even courage. You don't see many men doing that. You know why? Because they're all yellow. And I'm talking yellow with the stain at the back.
Beast, I thought you were retired, though. What is this I'm hearing about
I'm
work?
retired, but it's just I'm doing my own thing by living a retired life.
And what do you mean by flying and gliding? Like, can you actually fly? Like, is this
Garrett Wilson going through the air like a super light cruiserweight? You think of all the things that I can do. I've learned a lot from since then. I've watched Billy Kidman.
Are you making a Harry Potter reference with the flying?
Hell no.
Like on a broomstick?
No.
Like Quidditch you're talking about. No?
Yeah. Player. Back that bullshit up. Let's get real down and dirty. Shall we, Holmes? We're talking real man's football. Not that bullshit you be smoking the cigarettes with.
Is this what you mean by flying, though?
Hell no, player. No, player. You're wrong. You're wrong for that. Get with the program, G. This is all bullshit anyway.
You mean like when you mean gliding, do you mean this?
Do you think I look like some kind of a PH moron to you?
I'm asking you a question.
So. Well, in the words of Donald Trump, that's a pretty stupid question. That's pretty MSNBS like question, like, and I'm not.
It's what now?
MSNBS, standing for misled.
Thank you.
No
you get the fuck out.
Beast, thank you. What do we have here? Siberian Nightmare. That's a name I haven't heard before. Siberian Nightmare joins the signed Sauce Gardner jersey raffle for 1. Let's go. Siberian, you gifted your membership to listener Cap24. So Cap24, you're now a channel member. You thank him. Speaking of channel members, how about Rick Kent? Always supporting the channel. He drops in a 5 spot for the people, so he's in the AsmanJake raffle for 5.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen. Rick Kent made the following 5 people channel members: ML Jr., Fire Aaron Glenn, Danny Melendez, Marty McFly, Abe M. They all have received gifted memberships. We got a lot of new channel members today. Reminder, this is the last show before our raffle for the weekly prizes tomorrow for the Namath helmet and the Fields helmet. So keep that in mind. J-Boy is in for another gifted membership. He is now entered in the raffle once more. J-Boy, good luck, my friend. You know you got a bunch of entries. You've been on a roll of late, so I believe in you. Mike D's Nuts is back. D's Nuts in the house. He dropped a 20 spot earlier. Mike D's Nuts. Making it rain. D's Nuts. Following 5 people receiving memberships, and everyone wished Mike D's Nuts well. He shared an update on a health situation he's going through, so hopefully everything is okay, Mike. We're in your corner. Judge Jenna, Take Flight, Tim Chun, Janks, Romeo, all receiving a membership there. And I think we got another one that was just gifted by J-Boy. J-Boy, he's back with even more opportunities to win. Let's go. This one went to listener, let's see, Howard Poranto. Love it. Love it. We're 4 away from 100 gifted memberships this one show, which is awesome. Might be finally time to get enough for another emoji, which Kyle Clifton will be our next emoji when we hit a threshold. But YouTube continues to make it harder and harder to update the emojis. It's ridiculous. On that note, let's say hello right now to none other than Purple Belt Mike.
Purple Belt Mike, he loves the dark night. He's got a green pool and he jumps right in. Maybe someday he'll get a brown belt, but for now he's just that Purple Belt Mike. Purple Belt Mike, it might be purple, but he can still kick your dirty ass.
Yo.
Hello, PBM.
How's it going?
It's going well.
Yeah, man. Going good here, too. I'm actually kind of shocked that my thigh is what hurts the most today, other than my knee.
Your thigh hurts. What did you and your wife get into last night?
Well, the thigh is that's where they took the tendon from. So
I
that's
see.
the site, and it's like pulsating, kind of. But that's the spot that hurts the worst today. But I'm trying to wean myself off of the pain meds.
You don't want to destroy your liver.
Today. I do not want to destroy my liver. Yes.
Go
Should
Islanders,
be
by
good.
the way.
It's not that bad. Go Islanders. I got this because that's my surgeon, the Islander doctor. So
Love that.
shout out to Brian Neary. Takeaways from camp. I think so. I was probably wrong when I said that Azie Thomas will take Brandon Stevens' job, but I still think that Azie Thomas at some point is going to be the number 2 corner for us because I think he's that good.
Azie Thomas, I like a lot. I do think that Stevens is going to get a lot of leeway earlier because they paid him so much.
How many times do they put 4 corners out there? Is it just? I know obviously like the situation's dime and nickel and stuff, but how often do you see that?
I don't know if you see it that often, right?
You
I
really
think,
don't, right?
Yeah,
So like we won't get that much playing time unless it's Hail Mary situation stuff.
there could
early
be
on.
injuries too. I mean, things happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's my favorite player that we've got so far.
Dylan writes in, Percocet Mike regressing into purple. Meth Mike is diabolical.
Whoever said that, Jesus Christ.
Dylan Terman.
No, purple meth Mike. Whoever said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Jeez.
Did you
Yeah.
clean your potatoes today?
No, I haven't done anything. And I'm
So
not
you're-
going to be doing shit for a while.
So your wife is not going to be thrilled with you.
No, she's taking up the whole thing. She's doing everything.
She's handling it all.
Yep. That was like the last day for me to do something. But yeah. And the reason why I got my big Cho lean on is because my leg is locked in place. So I have it out. So I can't lean forward. That's why it's hard for me to type and stuff. I get my ass kicked in video games because I can't really move around. So yeah.
Wow, it's affecting your ability to game.
It is. And I could only sit in the chair for like an hour or so before my leg really starts hurting. Then I
Wow.
have to go back to the couch.
Hang in there. Hopefully it gets better soon.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Ladies
I'm
and
at
gentlemen.
50 degrees.
Ooh.
I got to be at 90 by August 4th. I'm already at 50, so doing good.
Mike, get better. Hang in there. We believe in you.
Hell yeah.
And we believe in PBW.
Purple belt wife, she's the dark knight. She has a lazy husband who forgets to clean potatoes. Maybe someday she'll get some help, but not for now. She's just a purple belt wife. Purple belt wife. She might not be purple, but she can kick her husband's ass.
Ladies and gentlemen, a 5-spot has come through the pipeline. Kevin Tattoos gifting 5 channel memberships.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
That we are. Kevin making 5 people channel members. James, Boba Jet, B. Stokes, Brandon James, and Les Meidenberg all receiving memberships. We just hit over 100 members in a show. That is a massive number. First time we've done that in a very, very long time. So great to have so many engaged Jet fans. We're having real news to discuss. Positive vibes. Fields didn't die this week. What a week. What a damn week. All right, we still got more people on the line. We got the raffle coming up. Here's what we're going to do right now, though. All right, we're going to wet the beak a little bit, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. We got some great awards that are still up for grabs in regards to the Azie Awards. So to kind of give people a little feel on some of the categories that are left, one of them is the biggest meltdown award, right? And there have been some great meltdowns over the last calendar year on this show. So what I'm going to do right now is play you one of those meltdowns, and then we'll get back to your calls, then do the raffle, plus vote in the Azzies before time is up. Enjoy an all-time meltdown between Gary and Dave Brigham.
You said people walked on the moon, correct?
Yes.
Prove your claim.
It's not my claim, it's history's claim. You're an ignorant person. I was there. I know it went on.
You were on the moon?
You just don't believe it.
Give me the evidence that people walked on the moon.
You don't make any sense.
All I've asked you for is evidence.
You don't believe in achievement.
This is irrational. You're acting like an irate 5-year-old.
Listen to me, big mouth.
Dave Brigham, walk like a man. It's not my claim. It's not my burden.
You said you went to college. They teach you nothing?
Shut up.
Don't tell me to shut up.
This is ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
You can't have a rational conversation. You can't shut your mouth
What's
for 5
rational?
seconds.
You're just a denier.
How does me knowing the name of the 3 people who died on the Apollo prove that people walked on the moon?
That itself doesn't prove it, no.
Prove your claim that people walked on the moon.
Men don't die for no reason at all.
How does men don't die for no reason prove that people walked on the moon? Your evidence is that you were alive when someone claimed to have walked on the moon.
So I was living then, yes.
What does that prove?
I believe in achievement. I believe in a space program.
You believe in achievement. Therefore, people walked on the moon. That's your argument?
I believe people didn't lie to us like you.
I believe in achievement. Therefore, people walked on the moon?
Go read the history. Go look at films. I have books.
Then this should be easy for you. Prove that people walked on the moon. You've done all the research. This should be easy. It's not my burden.
Buzz Aldrin, in his mind, had to calculate the exact landing. You believe it was a cover-up?
I don't believe the claim that people walked on the moon. That's it.
I have to prove history, but you don't have to prove anything. Go take some more headshots. You need some.
All right, I'm back. Try to squeeze in a quick call, a work-related thing there, but we ran out of time. But I hope everyone enjoyed a little Brigga and Gary there, because there's nothing like it. Anyway, more calls before we wrap and get to the raffle here. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Mike is on the line. A rare Joe Mike call. What's up, Joe?
How you doing, Jake? I wanted to wait to call you until the training camp started, is because if you see in my description, I put in what if in my title, and I'm going to pose 2 what ifs to you, Jake. The first one is, what if Aaron Glenn is actually everything we expected Robert Saleh to be? And what I mean by that is he can actually coach. He's going to get his players prepared. He's going to scheme against the team we're playing against, and we may actually win games after a bye. Right? So that's my first one. And I know it's a big if.
Yeah.
And the second one,
You're basically
go ahead.
describing what if he's like one of the best coaches in the league. Like, that's what great coaches do.
Well, I mean, but we've been so lacking in that department that we're seeing now in training camp what actually coaching can do to players, and obviously other teams scheme all the time. We're the only team that never schemes against someone. I mean, Belichick did it to us for years, and to your opponents, you got to scheme against the team you're playing against, right? It's all about matchups. And the second what if, and again, this is another big one, what if Tanner Angston is actually a creative, innovative offensive coordinator? I was thinking about this. As for Jet fans, When was the last time we've had a decent offensive coordinator? I mean, LaFleur was showing signs of that, but go past LaFleur. When was the last offensive coordinator that you can think of that really was very creative for the Jets?
I mean, it's been forever. I mean,
It's been forever, exactly,
Brian
right?
Schottenheimer, in hindsight, did a really good job when you look
Yeah,
at
yep,
how
exactly.
things played out. He's the last time they had any sort of like sustained play caller. Like being a offensive coordinator is a thankless job. You have the job for 2 years at the most, and then you're out. Like that's how it's been.
Yeah, exactly. So I know these are two big what ifs, but if those two can come to fruition, I mean, listen, I guess Glenn is considered a Parcells disciple. I mean, even though he wasn't in his coaching staff, but I know he's been mentored by Parcells. If we get even 25% of Parcells, I think he speaks to Parcells on a weekly basis.
He
If
does.
we get 25% of that, we got ourselves a coach, and that's something for Jet fans should be excited about. And we might have I know you started at 4 wins. I think you've moved to 6. We may have a sneaky season. Now, 2 points I just want to make real quick. The Jets, by no means, should go in the season with a rookie field goal kicker, right? If my 2 points just come true, right? Week 1 is going to be a very low scoring game. And I can see, we're going to be blitzing. Hopefully, we're going to be blitzing against Rodgers. But I could see that game coming down to a game of field goals, right? And obviously, I do not want to have a rookie kicker determining whether we're going to win week 1. Steelers definitely have an advantage over that with the Boswell. We need to go out, whether it's Nick Folk or somebody else, get a veteran kicker in here. If they like one of these 2 kickers, sneak them onto the practice squad. One of the 2 will definitely get through to the practice squad. Let them marinate in season, and then you can use them next year. But we need a veteran kicker. And the second thing is, I was thinking about this the other day. It looks like this regime really focused on free agency on players that were either misused or were in the wrong scheme, right?
Right.
I wasn't a big fan of the Cisco signing, but reports are he's flying all over the field. The same thing you could say about Stevens. Looks like he may be good. If not, we have that rookie that we drafted, waiting the wings to replace him. And even with Stone Smart, right? It looks like they're going to use these pieces. They've seen some, even with Fields too. You can say that they are targeting players that they think they can excel in their scheme. That's all I got for you, Jake. All the Jet fans, I know last year was rough. I'm still not over. I was at the Foxborough game. I'm still not over it. It was hard to recover from that, but I'm starting to get. I'm not going to get too excited, but I think the Jets are going to surprise a lot of people this year.
Joe, I hope you're right. Love the optimism. The kicking situation's worth following. Both kickers had really good days yesterday, so hopefully one of them can emerge. Come down to how they kick in the preseason. Ideally, you find a great kicker, right? That's cost controlled for a couple of years. But if they stink in the preseason, you can't go into the year with uncertainty at the kicker. You got to bring in a veteran. Nick Folk, by the way, is out there. I'd sign him today. We'll see. There's a chance the Jets kicker's not on their team right now. Same with the punter, but they both kickers, Thicker kicker and Caden Davis, both had good days yesterday. Mevis and Davis. Holmes says kicker game got worse than last season. No, it didn't. It did not. By accident, the Jets will have a better kicker this year. Doesn't mean they're going to have great kicking, but by accident, it'll be better. They were the worst kick team in the NFL last year. All right. Check in the comments here. Let's make sure that you get your gifted memberships in if you want a chance to win the Sauce Gardner signed jersey. Holding it in my hand right here. This is what it actually looks like on the screen. Includes the certificate of authentication. On that note, we have reached the home stretch of the program. So let's declare a winner in the Azie Awards because, ladies and gentlemen, The Azie Award for the most likely to make the New York Jets was up for grabs today. And the winner is King Lowski. King Lowski wins the Azie with 43% of the vote. Kyle Clifton, second place at 31. Mr. Bonesy, third place, 15. Rob from Glenhead, fourth with 9. Congrats to the nominees. I should mention the 2 honorable mentions for this category, Purple Belt Mike and the Big Fella. So congrats to the King, Mr. Lowski, on winning the Azie for most likely to make the Jets. Lowski should just give the pregame speech no matter what. That's a no-brainer. Tomorrow on the show, as we start to look ahead, biggest meltdown. We have Keyboard Warrior. We also have best fake name, best intro, rookie of the year, and top Charles Gorman moment, all left for the Azie Awards. So home stretch of that. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Azie on the show this morning has actually called in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to hear from our king.
Fuck you, Alan.
Oh, I didn't mean to play that, or did I?
He's the king. Just let's go, baby. Let's go, Maniacs. Let's go, baby. Hell yeah. I just want to say, man, I appreciate all of the damn Asmaniacs, baby. Y'all show up and show out every damn time, baby. I love y'all, man. I can't get enough of this shit. I love the Jets. I love the Asmaniacs. Jake Asman, you a damn legend, baby. Hey, man, shout out to all of the team, man. I heard good things in camp, baby. Let's keep grinding. Let's keep stacking days, baby. And let's get some damn wins this season.
Yeah, love it. King Lowski, man. Football is almost back. We're getting Lowski regular calls, the Jet chant, the passion. God, I love it. I love it. King Lowski, bringing the energy. The man, the myth, the legend himself, the great King Lowski. J-Boy becoming a legend in his own right. How about 5 gifted memberships? Another 5 chances for J-Boy to win our signed sauce jersey coming up in mere moments.
Yeah, here we come, baby. Here we come. Here come the Jets, baby.
Hell yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, Mike D's Nuts is back. How about 5 more gifted memberships? D's Nuts. I got some names to read off here. Ladies and gentlemen, these are from Mike, Brendan Bradshaw, Meg, NYG, Derek Saunders, B40, all receiving a membership there from D's Nuts. And here are the 5 from J-Boy, VZ, Jonathan W, Josh G, Treventures, and Staten Island Joe, all receiving the membership there. How about a super chat from the Kyle Clifton? All hail the king. That's right. Smash the Lowski emoji. King Lowski taking home the Azie. Kyle Clifton, though, a great showing in second place. So not something to not acknowledge. Impressive showing by Mr. Clifton. Very impressive. All right. Let's also remind people again who tuned in late, this show's available as a podcast, Apple or Spotify. Search Jake Asman Show. It's there. Plus, a couple days left in July. If you want your name included in the countdown ticker for August, make sure you join the Patreon. And since we have a raffle tomorrow, if you join the Patreon for the year today, I'm going to put you in the raffle tomorrow for the Namath helmet and the Fields helmet for 10. So it's one of the perks. You sign up for the year, you get 10 raffle tickets applied. Plus, you save 15% for the year when you join the Patreon for the year and get in the Discord. That's where the magic is. Kevin Tattoos, he's back with more. 5 channel memberships he's gifting.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Kevin's 5 memberships went to Da Gremlin, Beast Mode, Tyrod Taylor. What's up, T? Steven Arriaga. All receiving channel memberships. So Da Gremlin, Beast Mode, Tyrod Taylor. player off day for the Jets, so maybe Tyrod is locked in. Beagle, Trey, Steve, congrats. You're now channel members, courtesy of Kevin, who now has 10 entries and counting so far in this raffle coming up. Mike D's Nuts back with more. Ladies and gentlemen, are you kidding me? Mike D's Nuts. 5 more gifted memberships. Does anyone gift quite like Mike D's Nuts? He's a maniac. He's a man on a mission. He's ready to hit people.
If it moves, hit it. If it don't move, hit it. And if you're not sure, guess what? Hit it.
He's right. He is absolutely right. Mike D's Nuts checking in with 5 more memberships. I'm trying to find an old Mike D's Nuts cut here that is a classic. Here it is. Actually, nope, that's not it. I don't know if I have it in hand. I was trying to find the cut. OG listeners of the show know what I'm talking about. When Leany says, is that Mike D's Nuts? I was going to try and find that. But instead, this will have to do. D's Nuts. The following 5 people have received memberships from D's Nuts. I mean, my favorite thing when Mike gives memberships is the chat using the D's Nuts emoji. Somehow YouTube has approved that one, and it's incredible. Derek Gallo, Kaios, Matthew James, Travis, and Source Gardner all receiving the memberships there from the Mike D's Nuts. We're not done just yet, people. Who else other than Bo C? Bo gifting memberships. You know what that means. It means Bo knows, baby.
Bo knows football. Bo knows baseball. Bo knows tennis. Bo knows basketball, too.
Bo knows channel memberships.
Bo freaking knows, baby. He knows. All right. Truly, last chance to get in on this raffle. We got 1 call left. Then we will spin the wheel of champions. On the Gusbuster hotline is...
I got my eye on you. Checkmate me full screen. It's fireball whiskey time. David motherfucking T.
Hi, Jake.
Mr. David T. How we doing?
I'm doing fine. Yes, Jet football is back. Loving the Kyle Cliftons and the PBM's knowledgeable Jets fans. Loving the previous, in the offseason, less frequent callers calling in. And it seems like you're getting more and more new callers, Jake. And, my advice is, like always, anybody thinking about calling in, don't be afraid. Jake makes you feel comfortable. But I'd like to just mention, in my mind, 2 honorable mentions to make the Jets. The Beast, I already have a play set up for the Beast, and we can be in competition with the tush push for Philly. Line the quarterback up, get 2 big boys in back of the quarterback, and then have Beast in the middle, and you can catapult him over the line in the goal line stance, catapult him over the line for a touchdown, because he does seem to be able to glide through the air. And
you're not wrong.
Yeah, and Matt O'Leary, when you showed the video of him, my envisionment was you could suit him up, put him on a defensive line, and he doesn't have to get to the quarterback, but when the quarterback throws the ball, he puts those, the wingspan up in the air and just tips the ball away that it doesn't get to the receiver. And I did vote for Mr. Lowski, and you played the clip of the previous coach, the tight ends coach, and they could be brothers, and look, Mr. Lowski would be great in the locker room, and you could make him captain of the team already.
I love it.
That's it. That's all I got, Jake. I don't want to hold you up.
You're not holding me up, David T. Have you had a good weekend? What's been on the agenda today?
Today I am doing stuff around my apartment, and then always on a Sunday I go over to my brother's and we have dinner, and my sister-in-law's mother's there, and my nephew and his wife bring they have a little baby girl, So it's family day on Sunday. So I'll be doing that.
I love it, David T. Well, you are an absolute legend, and we always appreciate anytime you call in, David. So appreciate you as always, and let's go Jets, baby. Positive vibes.
Thanks, Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up and sing along for David T.
I got my Iron UG. I hope you like my Jets take. You know they call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I had to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit.
The names have been accumulated for the Asmaniac raffle. It is almost that time. Before I get to the names, though, quick check-in with the Beast. I'm not sure what he's doing in the attic right now. Beast, are you there? Beast? You got to move that microphone. It's not even plugged into your computer. It does nothing except just block us. Interesting. No one knows where Beast is exactly. Stay tuned for maybe an update before the end of the show. With that said, though, Sauce Gardner jersey. I got it right here. If you win, it will be sent out. How about today? That's right. As long as you get me your address in time, I will run over and get it sent out today to one lucky winner. Let's find out who that winner is right now.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Someone will win. And to everyone who doesn't win, you might win tomorrow. Hold on, we're not done just yet. G-Man the Prophet, as late as you can enter the raffle, he just did it. 5 channel memberships. We're cut off from everyone else now, though. G-Man the Prophet at the buzzer. I'm putting his name in right now 5 times because he earned it. He's in for 5. Will it pay off? That's the question. We know he's in for 5. Will this gesture at the buzzer be enough to win? And by the way, G-Man's memberships, let's see who they went to. They went to Brandon Barnes, Dominic Lazuzzo, Greg Gagne, Anthony G, and Ed. Love it. Congrats to G-Man. Got in just in the nick of time. Okay. Putting the wheel back up on the screen for all to see, I should say. Here we go. You guys should see the wheel. You do. Good luck to everyone. Again, you're entered in tomorrow's raffle if you don't win this. That's our weekly raffle. Here we go. One spin to decide it all. The winner is Eli Betts. Eli, he's already won a signed Garrett Wilson photo in a raffle. Now he's won a signed Sauce Gardner jersey. Not too shabby for Eli Betts. Congrats, Eli. Well-deserved. True diehard Jets fan. Eli based all the way in Colorado. Locked into the show. So congrats, Eli. Appreciate you. We will get it sent out to you as quickly as possible. Again, thank you all for your support, man. We would not be able to do these raffles without the audience buying it. Even the people who don't win, who still gift anyway and are a part of it and give other people membership so they get a free super chat every month and a loyalty badge and everything else. Just great for the community. So thank you again, everyone who makes it possible. Vibes are high right now. Great to have so many regulars returning to the show. We're going to be back tomorrow. We got a great guest lined up in the afternoon tomorrow. Nick Faria will join us fresh off the practice field for a recap of the first day in pads. I'll have a show in the morning. I want to cover some more of the comments that Glenn and the players have made without directly saying it, throwing the previous coaching staff under the bus. Ryan from Jets Talk 24/7 will join me this week, working on a couple other big names as well. So Jets football, baby. Pads coming on tomorrow. What's better than that? Nothing. Before we go, though, Jose writes in, "Yo, I cheated on my girl and she left me. I regret everything." Well, Jose, I'm sorry that this happened. I really don't know what to say to this, though, other than I mean, it'd be easy for me to say you shouldn't have cheated on her, but you think you know that? So I don't know if I'm qualified to opine on this one, but I just wish you well and hope everything's okay. Yo Holmes did write in, Jose, what is her phone number? So there's that. Hopefully you learned your lesson, Jose. I mean, people make mistakes. Wish you well. Sorry that you're going through this. And hopefully she forgives you. I don't know though. Yeah, this was it's got me thinking. Because what I really want to say, I don't know if I can say. But Jose, I wish you well. Hopefully you learn from this. On that note, that's a show. And it was a damn good one, if I do say so myself. Thanks to the audience for making it possible. You guys are the absolute greatest. Before we get out of here, let's give you guys a great clip to get you hyped, to get you excited, to get you to feel the magic. Ladies and gentlemen, JETS, 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 Jets.
I'm Beastbreaker and I love Harry Potter. I'm a magical fart wizard. Abracadabra, bitches. I'm gonna blast ass in my diaper. Get me a bag of dicks. Get me a bag of dicks. Get me a bag of dicks. Bag of dicks. Bag of dicks. Bag of dicks.
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you gotta make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the fuck out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.